Ernie Abbott was a caretaker at the Trades Hall building. Throughout the day, Ernie had seen a suitcase at the rear of the Trades Hall building on the ground floor. It was a foreign item to be in the building, so he left it there throughout the day. When he was closing up, he decided he needed to secure the suitcase. He picked it up, which triggered the detonator and subsequent explosion. The blast was like an almighty cannon firing. The device contained the equivalent of at least 1 kg of gelignite, although the actual explosive was not identified. The day this occurred, there was a problem with the water tank, so Ernie was up there checking them out to see why the toilets weren't flushing and trying to sort it out. During all the busyness, someone delivered a suitcase. Police believed they had tried to do this a few times. Ernie's dog had barked at a man with a suitcase previously. Phil Manson, who was in the building at the time, still vividly remembers that moment at 5:19 p.m. when Ernie picked up the suitcase bomb and died. His first reaction was some bastard had put a bomb at his door. I get down there and it was a shambles, and just looking at Ernie, I just didn't do anything. I couldn't move. This appears to be the actions of an isolated individual with a hatred of unions. The attack came during a period of heightened industrial tension, when Prime Minister Robert Muldoon made frequent attacks on the union movement. Debris in the scene was around the floor and burnt walls and ceilings area. When you look at the exhibits, you can see something has torn items apart. 1,500 items were collected from the scene. There were 550 suspects to look at. The device was set up in the suitcase. The timer to the right, it was an oven timer set to 60 minutes. Next, the trigger was a mercury switch, a glass envelope as big as your thumbnail. Enclosed inside was the mercury, and then when this tilts, it detonates. Explosives equivalent to 3 sticks of gelignite. Bottle of accelerant, a teal seal and a cork seal were used. This enhances the effect. There was newspapers in there as well. The Evening Post, 18th of June 1977, pages 9 and 10. These lined the suitcase. A bomb this delicate takes a lot of planning and a lot of knowledge of explosives. Extraordinary state of mind this bomber must have had. Individual who was sensitive to criticism, likes control, upbringing probably harsh and unpredictable, and possibly belittling. Someone who bores grudges, harbours resentment over time, and is tortured to the event of retaliation. This was a tail end of frustration with the trade union, wrongs done to them by the organisation. Paranoid personality disorder, probably. Hard to lead a successful life. Marriages and relationships fail. Impoverished and isolated. Dwelling of junk from the past, just due to the 7-year-old newspapers found in the suitcase. One man has been a suspect and still remains on that list. He has been interviewed a few times over the years. On the search of his property, they found the teal bottles of ice, torch miners' batteries, electrical insulation tape, packet of detonators, safety fuses, the newspaper, the Evening Post, the 18th of June 1977, with pages 9 and 10 missing. There is strong evidence here, he says. He is an expert in explosives. He lives by himself and doesn't engage with people, and fits the profile. But not enough to link him to this crime. The last visit to him was not received well. He ticks the boxes. He has exposure and access to explosives and a knowledge. Is anti-union and has a history of redundancies. DNA was mentioned, but no more has become of this so far. They were going to test the cloth around the handle of the suitcase. One thing we will take from this, a person said, the nameless individual who, though a vile, cowardly, criminal act, took an innocent man's life, will be forever unknown, much like society's detritus that lies unmarked and forgotten in landfills dotted around the country.